Welcome back, guys. This is the What's Not Sports podcast. You're here for the Pulse Check. It's episode 74. And let's talk game 2. Origin is 1 week away. Well, less. 6 days. Maybe, what's today? Thursday. So we've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then, 6 days till State of Origin. Very exciting times. I'm looking forward to it. I know every rugby league fan is, and more. But before we dive into that, we got to talk round 14 of the NRL. Talk round 15. We'll then talk Origin talk. But maybe before we get onto that, at the moment, the Australian swim team trials are on for the Commonwealth Games, and we have seen some insane swimming. Last night, Cam McAvoy did the 50-free. It's pretty cool to watch him. Not his best time, but just it's cool to see a master at work. Lani Pallister is killing it. A 1500 swimmer is now swam the 200 last night and has the 5th fastest ever recorded 200 time ever. So that's just insane to think about. Someone who is a distance swimmer, a 1500 swimmer, which is a long race, can go dominate and have the 5th fastest time for a 200. It's insane on her end. Sam Short, very similar in that. He had the 200, 400, I think it was 800 last night as well. I didn't watch it, but it was dominant, and he's been very dominant. PB'd everything so far, so still 1,500 left. It'll be very interesting to see. We see more PBs from him, which I'm expecting. He went the fastest 800 since the supersuit, since athletes were allowed to wear supersuits. So maybe we see down the track Sam Short breaking world records. But I just wanted to mention that, just throw out a couple swimming names. But let's get into it. NRL round 14. It was a full round. We're now heading to a major bye round, followed by the minor bye round. And just Origin season. I love it, but we suffer when there's a major bye round, like there is right now. But anyway, let's recap last week, round 14. Let's jump into it. We'll run through who played, who my tips were, and then if I got them right or wrong. Manly versus South, Storm versus Knights, the Raiders versus Roosters, Cowboys versus Dolphins, Broncos versus Titans, Tigers versus Panthers, Sharks versus Dragons, and the Doggies versus the Eels. In that, I had Manly tipped, the Storm tipped, the Raiders tipped, Dolphins, Titans, Panthers, I tipped the Dragons, and I tipped Parramatta as well. Now, Manly got the win over South. Pretty dominant win. Some controversial calls. There is no consistency in the game, especially with its reffing, and it's frustrating, not just the player. Well, it'd be frustrating to the players a lot, and coaches. A lot of coaches have talked about it. But it is frustrating to watch as a fan because you don't understand. But imagine that, being a player and not understanding the rules because they get changed every single game. That's beside the point. Storm versus Knights. We tipped the Storm. They got the win over the Knights. Very, very close game. Could have gone either way. Bit of biff with Cam Munster, Kalen Ponga. They're all good now. They were actually up here in Noosa yesterday playing golf together. So I don't think there's anything to worry about. It's just footy. Like, when you're playing against each other, you're at war. But when you're off the field, like, you can be mates. It's not that deep, I guess. It's just let the media just grabbing at stories, eh? Raiders vs Roosters, we don't need to talk about that. 28-0. So the season's done. No, we still believe in the milk. We believe in Ricky, and we'll bounce back better than ever. I hope. Try and make that 8. It's still quite a tight comp. So they're only 3 wins out from it. So who knows if they capitalise on the next couple of weeks. This week, major bye round. If they can capitalise on that, we're only missing 2 players due to Origin. we're playing Para. Like, who knows? Cowboys, Dolphins for Queensland Day, and Broncos, Titans. I had the Finns pick. They towed the Cowboys. Like, it was pretty close for a little bit, and then the Dolphins kind of just put the foot on the throat, and I didn't realize till the next morning how much of a beating it was. And it surprised me because it was close at the start, like for the first 20, maybe 30 minutes, even half time. But then the Dolphins just went on and put 40 points. It was 14-40, like, and I just didn't realize till the next morning how much of a thrashing it was. Broncos, Titans. I look like a genius. Oh my gosh. And I said this when I was watching the footy. Adam Reynolds went for the field goal and got it. Cool. And I've gone, he's done that way too early. And to my credit, I got it right. Keon Kenny, oh my gosh, what a play. Reminded me very, very similar to what we saw at Magic Round last year with Kyle Weeks against the Storm. What he did to to Pappenhausen. Reece Walsh just AFK, like, hey, just asleep at the wheel. Definitely questionable him getting picked up for Origin, but we'll talk about that. But oh my gosh, I look like a genius. Tigers, Panthers. Thank God we picked Panthers because 68-0 is a bloodbath, and I don't think people expected it to be that much of a bloodbath. I thought it would be like the game of the week. Like, I thought it would be pretty good, but no. Penrith chose violence. And look, it could have been more. There was that forward pass by Nathan Cleary. I did not think they looked forward at all. The touchy was there and didn't say anything. It was a beautiful bullet pass cut out. Like, oh my gosh. Nathan Cleary, he gets footy at a club level, maybe not so much Origin, unless it's the last 20 minutes and he's versing 12 players instead of 13. But that's besides the point. We're seeing, I think he could be the next Immortal. Well, if JT isn't. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, whoa. That was just insane footy from him. But yeah, 68-0. Oh, Tigers, I feel bad for you. I thought 26-0 for the Raiders was bad, but that's brutal. Sharks 34-12. Get the win over the Dragons. I tipped the Dragons because it was an opportunity to do something great. I would have looked like a genius. Like, everyone can look like a fool for tipping the Dragons, but not everyone has the confidence to tip them back to back. And that's what I did. Well, I didn't tip them last week, but this week I did. And based off last week, I picked the Titans for this week, and they won. So I wanted to look like a genius. It didn't quite work out. The Dragons were up at halftime. Sharks is too good. Sharks at Shark Park, they're just too good. And then the Bulldogs-Eels game. Parramatta got very unlucky here. The Bulldogs scraped through just through their teeth, just the grit of their teeth. It was a very, very close game. Very, very close. But we move on to the next round. Major bye round. The Wires just got off the bye, so they'll be firing this week. This week for the bye, you got Bulldogs, Cowboys, Dragons, Knights, Penrith, Manly, and Storm all out. So that's that. Let's talk about what's happening for round 15. So tonight, Thursday night, apologies for just only getting the podcast today out. You know me, I'm a late runner. But Thursday night footy, we've got the Bunnies versus the Broncos. We'll touch on that. We'll come back. We'll circle it. We then got Finns Roosters tomorrow. Saturday, the Warriors, Sharks. And then Saturday night, Parramatta versus the Raiders. Look like it's a bottom of the table clash, 16th and 14th. That hurts my soul. Oh my gosh, my team is horrible this year. But no, they will come back and they'll get it done. And then Sunday, finish it off, Tigers versus Titans. And the Titans, I have so much confidence in the Titans. It's unbelievable. Bunnies versus Broncos. This is going to be a very, very emotional game for the both of them. Both teams of Jai Arrow. And they're both doing very special gestures to honour him. The Broncos are wearing his number above their logo on their chest, 222. So Jai Arrow, that's what they're doing for him. The Bunnies, they have whited out their jersey, so completely white except for like the black number on the back, and then in green, it's just got Arrow, his last name. Every player will be wearing that from the Bunnies. The full kit, full training kit. It's really special, and they just want to show their support for Jai. And I think both teams are doing an incredible job, and it's going to be a big game. It's yeah. So for that, I'm tipping the Bunnies to beat the Broncos. Also, the Broncos just 2 losses, 5 in a row now, 5 or 6 in a row. The Broncos are just trash, I might say, but they have lost the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row. I think it's going to happen to be 6 games in a row. But yeah, both teams are doing incredible. It'll be an emotional game of footy, and it must be very special for Jai. Dolphins versus Roosters. Both teams playing very good. I was going to pick the Roosters, but you know what? I hate them so much. I'm going to pick the Dolphins. Dolphins to win over the Roosters, and the Chooks and Cock-a-doodle-doo somewhere else. They've got to, and I'm going to say that like Dolphins and Roosters both have quite a few players out due to Origin. Off the top of the head, Roosters have got 7 out. I think that's right. They've got 7. I'll just double check. I am aware that the Roosters have 7 players out. We're talking Sam Walker, James Tedesco, Lindsay Collins, Marky Mark, Reece Robinson, Robert Toya, and Victor Ali. Yeah, that's 7. The Hammer out, Fenafuaki out, Plath out, Cobbo. Like, they've got 5 missing. Jack Bostock, but like I'm just looking at it. Trey Fuller, he can play all right. Jermaine, their backline seems for the majority unchanged. The forward pack, the middles, and that might struggle, but we'll see. There is quite a bit of experience, I would say, in that from some of those players in the forward pack, but we will see what happens. But I just want to see Roosters get pumped by the Dolphins. That'll actually probably heal my soul a little bit. Warriors versus Sharks. The last time these two faced off, the Sharks beat them. It was at Shark Park. The Wars are now on an absolute tear. And obviously, the Wars being the Wars, they don't have any players out for Origin, really, other than Barnett. Don't have many players out. Kurt Capewell, Barnett. That's it, really. Metcalf is back this week, but he is on the extended bench. Yeah, from what I read. Yep, he's on the extended bench. Chansy's back in extended bench. Who knows what comes into that? We'll see. Still no Nico Hines. AFB's out. Brendan Nickera also out. I just like the Wars, they're just so dominant, and they don't suffer that much in the Origin period. They don't have too many injuries, other than obviously the big red flag, Tanner Boyd. But other than that, it's just it's the Wars to lose, I think, and I'm happy to say that. But yeah, I'm tipping the Wars. And then to finish off, Tigers versus Titans. After the Tigers' performance last week, they're done. Goodbye. Pack your things, go home. You don't get beat 68-0. Like, it's ridiculous. Titans after their performance against the Broncos, I'm more than happy to pick them. There we go. That is my round 15 preview. Origin talk. Here we go. Let's jump through and talk about the team list and their changes. So we'll run through New South Wales first. And I laugh at it. I laugh at it and I love it. Like the fact that Laurie just breaks a winning spine. But here we go. James Desco fullback. Brian Toto stays on the wing still. Stephen Crichton dropped due to injury. So Casey McLean taking in the centres there. Tony Staggs remains also in the centres. Kohler keeps his spot. Mitch Moses stepping up to 5'8", but I doubt that's going to stick. There's rumours of Izzy Katoa going in. I doubt that. Why? Because you got Ethan Strange, and he should have been your man of the match. In all honesty, there is no reason why Nathan Cleary got other than the last 20 minutes, but Ethan Strange should have been the man of the match. So I don't know why you drop him, even if Mitch Moses is fit. Nathan Cleary, stock standard. Payne Haas back into the side after getting through his injury. Reece Robinson takes over, I guess. We'll probably have more command over the 9-year-old with Blake Brayley with his broken arm. Mitch Barnett still there. Hudson Young. Dylan Lucas. Yes, Dylan Lucas has been playing fantastic. Ola Kawatu dropped to 20th man. Why? As a Queenslander who actually had their head wrapped around Origin, that is an awful move, Laurie. But I won't be complaining because we'll pump you. Isaiah Yeo stays in that lock position, still the captain. Here we go. Your bench. Cameron Murray. Why have him on the bench? Crazy. Victor Radley. AFB gets dropped to the bench. Api Coruscant comes into the side at 17th man. And then, obviously the bench isn't technically to the 19th man, but we really know the 18th and 19th man don't really get a play. Maybe they will more so in Origin because a lot of players don't actually get a full 80 minutes if that's what they're used to. But Ethan Strange, 18th man, and Mark Nwanga-Nitawase, 19th man. Honestly, Marky Mark, absolutely incredible. I just think Marky Mark probably should be in that side over Kohler. Kohler has been incredible, but Marky Mark, the clinic he ran on the Raiders made me want to cry, but he was so good. And yeah, poor old Ola Kawatu is 20th man. Poor bloke. A couple changes to the side. I don't think they'll work. Laurie's got no idea. But let's jump in and talk Queensland because I don't like talking about New South Wales anymore. Our team, Kalen Ponga retains his spot at fullback, and I think that's very fair. He was very good. He's been very good on club level. And that should have been a sin bin. Shouldn't have been a send-off, but we've been over that. We have been over that, and we're breathing in. And we're breathing out. We're okay. Not really, but we're okay. Yeah, Selwyn Cobbo was incredible. Retains his spot. Fantastic. Or Robert Toya. What do you have to say? Him and Sam Walker basically did an identical try that they did in Origin against the Raiders. The chemistry's just there. It's beautiful. And it'll be beautiful on Origin night. The Hammer and Jojo Fafita on that side. I kind of was expecting Jojo Fafita to be dropped, but the question is who for? And that's correct. Who do you drop him for? We were hoping to see Xavier Coates come back in, but he now has that Achilles injury and won't be back for the season. Makes me cry. It's awful. That's our outside backs, and that's our centres. Our halves pairing staying the same. Cameron Munster and Sam Walker. Cameron Munster needs to step up and do some Cameron Munster stuff. and help out Sam Walker, because Sam Walker was doing Sam Walker stuff last week, and they were just doing Queensland stuff the other week in Origin. And if we see that again, and then we see Munster step up and do what he does best, we're winning this game. It's a lock. Tommy Flegler, Harry Grant, Tino Fuasasamata. Every time I practice Fuasasamata, Big Tino, Big T. I'm not even going to attempt it. I try. Fasuamalawi. Every time I try to say his last name, I practiced it before. I got Nwanganita-Wase, right? Fasuamalawi. There we go. Tino. He's in. Brinton Nickera moved to the second row. He's not coming off the bench. Kurt Capewell, I think he was good last Origin and solid, and he keeps his spot there in the second row. Ruben Cotter to lock with Paddy Carrigan out. Max Plath, 14th. Interesting. Lindsay Collin, yeah, good. Oh my God. I must be having a stroke because I could say his name earlier. Finiaku. That was wrong, but anyway, he retains his spot. Trent Leora also retains his spot. Thing with Trent Leora, why isn't Horsburgh there? What does Corey Horsburgh have to do? They're both the same liability, but Big Red is better. But yeah, that's just my opinion. And then 18th man, Reece Walsh. Murray Taulangi makes the side at 19th man, and Lukey at 20th man. Murray Taulangi, honestly, I could put him at winger and drop Jojo Fifita outside. Goodbye. Reece Walsh, if we see him play, I think it could be electric. Him and Ponga, imagine those two linking up. Oh, and when New South Wales tired, I would say goodbye New South Wales and just give us the trophy now. Give us the shield. But yes, that's my thoughts. I don't really get the Brinton Nickera pick. I think there are better second rows in the game that should be in Origin for Queensland, but that is it. Why will Queensland win? Because we have obviously the better side. We trust. We all know that. But yeah, we just can't lose, because if we lose the series, and that ain't happening. That ain't happening, brother. Now, little preview of next week's episode. We are in the capital city of Victoria, Melbourne. I will have a podcast. It will go live. It will definitely have audio, because what's a podcast without audio? But visuals are maybe. I'm hoping so. It'll be with my mate. We had Rocco on the pod a while back to chat footy last year. We're doing it again. We're going to go see the MCG, and we're going to go embrace Origin. So Tuesday next week, there will be a pod out, or Wednesday morning. I can't promise anything, but we're going to chat footy. We're going to get it all out. Big Origin preview. We're going to deep dive into everything. Maybe not too deep, but that's that. We'll probably split the podcast up. I'll probably do, honestly, Monday next week. It'll all be squished into one, but like Monday we'll be in the studio, do like 15 minutes talking rugby league chatter, what round 15 was like. Let's have a look at round 16. And then the rest of it will be bulk, different production. We won't be in a studio, just be in the hotel, so it could be a bit sloppy quality. And I apologize in advance, but I think it's just really important that I get one out on the Tuesday, and I'm very excited. Very excited for Origin. There's more content coming your way. I know I've been slack on the content of redoing the studio, but more will come, and I apologize for not posting it last week, but I will get better, and there's more planning happening. But I will see you all in the next episode next week, or on socials. DM me if you want me to talk about some other stuff. What do you guys want to see from the podcast? I've got a lot of planning for the podcast in the future and all those things. But yeah, that'll all come. And thank you for listening. This is episode 74 of the Pulse Check, and I hope you enjoyed, guys. Go watch some rugby league.